Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So, today the plan is to go into the Weald to get the Hero's Hairpin for the Oni. This is one of my favorite trinkets for the Oni, especially paired with one we already have. Just because of how much this actually complements her kit. This gives 25 armor piercing for all of her skills. This gives plus 25% damage to all of her melee skills, which most of her kit is melee. So even though I don't get the plus 25% stun chance on the No Hope estate, which complements her skill kit even more, it helps out a lot. And then minus 9 crit on ranged skills doesn't really hamper us very much, so I wanted to go get this. Now, the team we're going to be bringing into the Weald is kind of a pseudo bleeder, which is going to work into the Omen Seeker using Expunge, which I don't use very often, which is going to be kind of fun. And then because of a very fun trinket we got one of the last times we were in the Crimson Courtyard, or was it the Crimson Courtyard? One of the last times I went and used the Legion. We're going to have a lot of fun because there are things that are counted as flying in the Weald, and we do plus 200% damage versus them. So I just thought he would be added there for the funsies, which is all about Legion. So, party for today, Gun Greymane. We've updated a little bit since last time we used him. He has had a few updates in the past. And because I'm using private versions of him every time he is updated, mine doesn't update. So Quicksilver Bullet can now hit row 2, which is kind of nice to do if I'm not using him in Worgen mode. But we will be using him mostly in Worgen mode today. However, that being said, if I do want to switch him out, I can do that. But since we are going to be using him in Worgen mode, we're mainly going to be using him for the either bleeding with Razor Swipe, or damage versus bleeding with Go for the Throat. For his trinkets, we have the Ancestor's Letter Opener, which gives him plus 15 accuracy for his melee skills, and a 1/4 bleed on melee hits. We then have the Blood Charm on him, because this is an amazing bleeding trinket. On attack hit, he will do an additional 1/3 bleed. He'll do plus 20% damage versus anything that is bleeding, and do 15 armor piercing versus anything that is bleeding. Next up we have Marard, our Highwayman. His setup is going to be Wicked Slice for just doing damage, Open Vein when I want to do bleeding. We're going to be opening up with Duelist Advance for a riposte, and when I want to hit things in the back rows, Pistol Shot. For his trinkets we have the Ancestor's Candle. This gives him plus 15% damage and plus 10 dodge if the torch is above 50. We'll be keeping it that way. And the Ancestor's Pen, which is plus 10 crit and plus 10% damage on all of his melee skills. Everything but Pistol Shot there is a melee skill. Next up is Esmeralda, our Omen Seeker. We already went over Expunge, but this cures Bleed and Blight on the target it hits, but since we're going to be doing a lot of bleeding, this does a plus 100 crit, meaning it is a guaranteed crit on anything that is already bleeding, meaning this is a great way of finishing monsters off. Windmill Chakram to bypass and de-stealth things, also lowering their accuracy. There's a lot of things in the Weald that are stealth. Piercing Dagger if I want to bleed targets, also lowering their protection. And Undercut, lowering speed and dodge. For her trinkets we have the Ancestor's Pistol. Because all of her skills are ranged, this gives her skills plus 15 accuracy and her a little bit extra speed. We then have the Bloody Feather, which gives her plus 25% damage versus anything that's bleeding. We've already covered the fact that we have 2 heroes that will be doing bleeding damage. And she gets plus 15% more damage if there's at least one monster corpse in the battle. Finally, Maudit, our Legion. We're mainly going to be using Tomahawk here. This bypasses Stealth and Guard, has plus 15 accuracy if anything is marked or stunned, but I don't think we'll be marking, and has plus 29 crit versus anything that is below 40% health. Otherwise, we do have Last Laugh, which we can use if he is below 40% health. This marks himself and the target. Panic to hit AoE all 4 enemies, lowering their speed, protection, damage, and he will suffer 5 health damage if he's above 33% health, and finally Overwhelm if for whatever reason he's in the front rows. For his trinkets we have kind of stilly setup, so we have Armor Crusher. This gives him minus 6 speed, however he gets 100 armor piercing, so protection is not a thing to him. He does plus 25% damage versus anything that is guarding, so his damage just goes up by 25%, but then he does plus 50% minimum damage. So the lower threshold of his damage goes up by 50%, not just 25%, versus anything that is guarding as well. However, not many things in the Weald actually guard. so that won't come into play very often, if at all. Finally, we have the Killer Bow, which is the kind of big thing for the build here. So it disables Tomahawk, technically, and so we can't use it as our first attack. However, after the first attack of the first battle, Tomahawk is replaced by Killer Bow, and then we can use Killer Bow throughout the rest of the dungeon. Killer Bow has +7 crit compared to Tomahawk, I believe it is. And then if we're in row 4, we get +15 accuracy. It does +90% damage versus anything that's marked. However, we won't really be doing too much marking unless it's with Mout It. We're just using it here for the funsies. And it does +200% damage versus anything that is flying, which is technically things with wings. I think that is like the Imagos and stuff like that. However, there are a few other enemies. So with that, let's just go have some fun. Let's get the fun trinket and see what trouble we get into. Something's telling me to bring more shovels, so I'm going to listen to my gut here. And then torches. And then I'm also going to bring Kraken ribbons to level everyone up. Gen is going to hit level 5, it's just this will help him hit level 6 faster. Same with Esmeralda, but the other two will need another dungeon after this. So yes, technically the inventory is full. The food stacks, so I'll have a few inventory slots. The Visage petrifies all it sees. Oh yeah. No one here was stocked though, I thought. Alright.
Corruption has soaked the soil.
Well, this shouldn't be too bad, I think, to get 100% of room battles.
Evil.
So using the Kraken ribbons, going up. Torch through this.
Nature herself.
Food stacked itself.
Spreading corruption.
Hi, Hanging Tree, long time no see. I would really rather her not go forward. We are going to Windmill Chakram, lowering its accuracy. Just in case he attacks, Duelist Advance.
Devastating blow.
Panic, just so I get Tomahawk off and Killer Bow on. Dark Flight to transform. Oh, you prick. See, this one is fine. Expunge would do 5 to 8 before crit, but let's lower accuracy some more. Open vein to bleed. Go for the throat does 19. Nice little riposte. Killer Bow. We make you deadzes. I like Legion. I like him a lot.
Festering fear consumes the mind.
It really makes me want to replay through the Fire Emblem series.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
But with
Wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Nintendo cracking down how they are. Screw that in particular.
Glittering gold, trinkets and baubles, paid for in blood.
Screw the Vagabond's cloak in particular. I think I can take out... I was hoping to take out the doggo. But Windmill Chakram does base damage. And higher crit, so we can probably take out Ecto.
Destroy.
Moving everything forward. I guess Ecto has a corpse, but... taking out the doggo.
Eradicated.
let's do some bleeding against the fungal grabber. Moving them forward. Killer bow onto the tree. What is said buff? It said it buffed itself. Let's see. We can lower the accuracy on the grove. Grove. Duelist advance onto the grabber.
A powerful blow.
Razor swipe takes out grabber.
Decisive pummeling.
Then we just need to do we actually bled the groove. This is a problem because I was gonna tomahawk, but I guess we're just gonna pass because I don't want to do damage to mount it. And then piercing dagger, lowering protection. And then go for the throat, because it's actually bleeding somehow. I guess trees bleed sap, but nonetheless. It's kinda hoping for, like, a map there, actually, but I suppose we can leave this. I want my supplies. Nice scout. I'm just looking to do what would happen if I actually did scout or camp here. I can get some nice buffs. Which would get me some space, although I'm not really hurting on health or stress, so let's save it. Chakram. Lowering, yeah. Let's start on the Ecto, because I don't want more. I can bleed it, yeah. Not a good chance, but I can. And then Tomahawk, lower damage on me. It might Cyto, but that's a risk. Or its accuracy again.
Dazed, reeling.
Well, that's not horrible. Bleed the doggo. It's got 3 health left. Bleed Ecto. Ecto actually bleeds out.
Their cursed champion falls.
But there we go.
Continually.
I was gonna say I couldn't really do much with mount it there onto the Nasher. Let's get the food and heal up with it. That wasn't much. Alright, so I'm gonna pop up, get the curio. I know what the curio is. I can come back for that one. Yeah, we'll go Omen Seeker for the trap. She has more stress. I just don't have much room for whatever that bunny den would give me. It's the main problem. So, like here I'm throwing away the onyx because I don't want to get rid of any of this. Like this line here is absolutely beautiful, but I gotta go to the right. Don't know why I'm doing it to myself. If I Piercing Dagger, the Missionary or the Judicator don't have as much protection and then they'll bleed. So let's go at the Judicator, because he'll bleed as well. Tomahawk hitting Judicator because screw his protection in particular. Razor Swipe both of them for the bleed. Then Duelist Advance hitting the Judicator.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
Guessing they're gonna sue the Stoic. So that's usually their round one. Not always, but usually. He's going to do the Rapture. Piercing Dagger lowering protection again. Yeah, we can Razor Swipe. Now he definitely... Is the Missionary? Either way, Missionary bleeds out. Wicked Slice onto Friar. Yeah.
Decimated.
Friar comes forward. They might do Flee to the Masses. I think they will. No, Rebuke. That's fine. I was hoping Legion would go so I could hit the Friar.
This is how
Problem with this build is there's not much they can do from rank 4, and the things that they can do just destroy them. Go for the throat. Oh, I wanted you to go actually get the throat. We'll open a vein, he bleeds out.
But death by inches.
Well, I can use that gold now. Not sure how long that gold's gonna stay in that spot, but... You know, let's... Windmill Chakram hit the Coffin. If it doesn't go down, we debuff
Their
it.
formation is broken. Maintain the offense.
Well, there's that. Razor Swipe, bleeding the front rows. The Maggot goes down. Duelist Advance hitting Doggo. Doggo down. Just grab her left. Which mod it can hit. Pew.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving. Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
You know, I wonder what gave... Because I'm not sure if there's... I'm sure there probably is. But this is the first time I've seen a trinket that turns a skill into legitimately another skill and another animation. So I wonder what gave Jello that idea and how they pulled it off. Once again, I'm not saying that they're absolutely the first person to do it, because I'm not sure they are. But I wonder what gave them the idea to do this, because it is really cool and really unique. I myself just do not know any other class that has actually done that. I find it really, really cool.
The way is lit.
Can get rid of some
Path is
torches.
clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
I forgot I could do that. I haven't seen an Errant dead or like this sprite guy in a while. We're still gonna lower the accuracy on the Lumberjack,
Well struck.
because if he hits, it's a truck. I should know. That hurts like hell. Tomahawk the Conductor. And then Razor Swipe, hitting both of them, bleeding them.
The ground quakes.
Lumberjack goes down. Errant dead left.
Perhaps a turning point.
And he bleeds out. I should have expunged him, come to think of it. That was like the perfect opportunity to.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and
That's what I meant to take.
killer.
However, that being said, how stupid do I want to be? These are questions I ask myself all the time. How stupid do I want to be? Nah, So this is what's going through my head, and these are the little demons I have to fight away all the time. Hey, we're doing really good. I haven't taken that much damage. I have a lot of food to eat. We're a quarter way, at least, through the dungeon. Do I really need the firewood? Do I really need the firewood? This is the little gremlin that's talking in my head right now. This is what I'm trying to, like, fight off all the time. Going, take the crest, take the crest, take the crest, take the gold. Before that gremlin wins, we're just gonna close the loot box. Right? There's nothing else to give up. Because I want my supplies. Right? Yeah. Hey, treasurer. Chakram de-stealthing. Razor Swipe, see if we hit, bleeding him. So he definitely bleeds out before he gets away. We're going to go for the... Actually, 12. He gets away in 2 rounds. We're gonna duelist advance him. Tomahawk Fossilier. Lot of ladder left. How you feeling there, buddy?
Impressive.
Good riposte. Lovely riposte. I like it. Hey, Mirard, there you go. Then you can Wicked Slice, he goes down.
Monstrous size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
I'm never gonna get that hat. I'm never gonna get that hat. The 2 rare antiques are actually worth quite a bit. That's gonna be worth more than a gold stack. The only things that are gonna be worth more than that are like... If I get a good stack of sapphires, going almost a full stack of emeralds or more rubies. So, like, yes, I'll take these over the bust for now. Oh, bandage. We don't really need the firewood. What I'm doing here is just getting the bonuses.
In the dark. The battle may yet be won.
Actually, let's do this. Then we can leave all this stuff, right? Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is Bandit Sense for plus monster surprise chance. We're going to unparalleled finesse for the melee damage. And that leaves me with 4. Why isn't a duelist while good? That needs to be on the last camp of the day. Why don't we do jobs as well done? Because that plus crit. Legion always gets the jobs is done. That crit is gonna let him like take anything out.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
The shovel and the anti-venom don't work. However, this has tricked me before. Don't I need like 200 deeds for one of the things I was looking at? And then, well, I know I need more crests for stuff too, but... Can I please get a map? The one time I want a map, I can't get it. Ah, that's sycophants. Yeah. Lower their accuracy so I don't get Crimson Curse. Open Vein onto an Asher, taking him out, bringing them in further. 200% of damage, baby.
Precision
Sycophants down.
Power.
Now that isn't what I was expecting to use the 200% damage on, but...
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Now this isn't how I was expecting to use most of my bandages, but I'm glad they're coming in handy. You know, this reminds me of the scene from Darkest Dungeon 2, where you have to fight the statue. We're gonna bleed the deer.
A singular strike.
Can probably take the deer out with Duelist Advance now.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
And Tomahawk hitting Shrew. And there's definitely something in it. So, lowering accuracy. Taking out the corpse. And taking them both out. I tried. Well, the bleed takes out the coffin at least. Or we can have fun with Legion, because that's what he can hit. You already slowed Legion, miss. Priorities.
Success so clearly in view. Or is it merely a trick of the light?
Well, I got my key back. Now, no one needs de-stressing, which is kind of sad. Just walk away.
The match is struck. A
We can get rid of some for the sapphires. I know I always bring too much, but kind of is what it is at this point. I'd rather be safe than sorry with the creeping mist. that is way too much. Well, everyone's at full health now, at least. I do have 2 stacks of 16, so I'm pretty good. You know, that means the Dwemer Lake's up in the end somewhere. That's a kind of scary thought. Chakram the fungal battery so it doesn't blight us or mark us. Advancing, we're gonna hit the doggo so we don't get blood. Didn't take it out, that's a shame, but Razor Swipe should. Also bleeding grabber. Which means Tomahawk the Shrew so we don't get marked. Lovely. At least that missed. And groping swipe at the person with the riposte. I love it. Chakram at the... Let me think here. Mauda can only hit rank 1 or 2. It'd almost be a waste to go at the battery. But he can't one-hit the Shrew. Either of them essentially one-hit the grabber. Then I can pistol shot the battery. Let's go at the Shrew as a just in case. I guess not. Well, the Shrew's down. Get rid of the blight. Take out battery because I don't want it to be blighted again. And going for the throat.
As victories mount, so too will resistance.
No scout. Shame. Now we can leave it. And part of me wants to go back down for those bunnies, but I might just come back for some of this loot.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Once again, I'm not sure how we're ambushing some of these when they're the ones in the trap. It makes no sense to me. That's 1 dog go down, 1 bleeding, then we hit the one rank 3 down. I love the miss sound there.
These nightmarish creatures,
Unfortunately, leaving the gold.
can be beaten.
Testing Coffin. Coffin has something in it, so we lower protection. Didn't get that. Advancing onto Coffin, doing damage to it. Getting riposte. Razor Swipe hitting these 2, bleeding them, taking out our maggot. Tomahawk Coffin. Kind of surprised we didn't do more damage to it, but... Okay, maggot down.
Cleansed from our lands.
This might be grabber down. Nope. So piercing dagger getting grabber's protection down. And that's a bleed down on each of them. Anti-venom for this. Wicked slice for the funsies. Down it goes. So our buffs just were off.
Push on to the task's end.
Bandit Sense, Unparalleled Finesse. This time I am going to do Wizened Duelist. And probably get Mirard leveled up so he gets double the experience. So he gets plus 125% resolve experience for the quest. And then all I can really do is False Fortune, so let's get Mirard Lust stress for the next few battles. Gonna go up, then to the right. Because either way I have to backtrack. Hi, Collector.
Twisted and made merciless.
Well, Piercing Dagger, get him bleeding. Duelist Advance, get a riposte. We are actually going to panic this time because that lowers his speed. Razor Swipe going forward, bleeding them. It's only a 3 bleed, so we're going to expunge on him. Leader of the pack for plus crit plus speed. Pistol shot on Collector. Kind of surprised they're faster than Maudit, but now he's where I need him. I'm not sure he counts as flying, but it would be funny if he is. Good old riposte. Ouchie, 2 crits in a row.
In a single strike.
That's why I don't like the Highwayman there. So we do extra crit damage versus marked, so I'm gonna last laugh him. Because it's the last laugh. 18 to 31 damage, he's down.
Collection scatters. The rats prepare to feast.
Okay, Maudit. There you go, bud. Same with Mirard, and then I'll take the Trapezohedron. Gonna need that for the fog wall. Torch up. Oh, I can do some shenanigans now with Legion. That's kind of broken. Let's test the Coffin lowering its protection. Has something in it. Razor Swipe Ecto. They're all blighted. Duelist Advance getting my riposte. Riposte, go, go. Oh, we're stunned though. Last laugh on Ecto. Killer Bow. Piercing Dagger, Coffin. Coffin down. Just Shrew left. Who's gonna be a problem to hit. Gonna take out the corpse, bringing them forward. Taking out corpse again, bringing them forward, and then I'm assuming these two can and will take out the Shrew. Go for the throat. Taking what we can. Leave the goal, default order.
Success.
And heading back. Don't have anything for this, right? Nope. Alright. So 3 rooms left. Have to do 100% of room battles. Anything here?
A fortune.
Well, got my anti-venom back.
To be spent.
I think I'm actually good to heal Legion a bit more. Ooh, the Mercenary Grave Robber's gonna hurt. Piercing Dagger. Get rid of Protection. Duelist Advance, take out Frothing Madmen. Razor Swipe, take these two out, get the bleeding on the Gladiator. Last Laugh, Grave Robber. Killer Bow, we have a basic guarantee to hit them, almost guaranteed to take them out. We did not. 1 health remaining. And then they have a pretty high speed, so this could go very bad very quickly. We'll see what happens. Okay, we did go first. We have slightly higher speed. Chakram. Another memory.
Horrors. Brought low and driven into the mud.
I kind of have to take that. We can get rid of the Sapphire for it. I don't really want anything else. This is healing done, so that's kind of worthless on this estate. Book of Intuition, blah. I have 4 shovels yet. That's a Worry Stone, once again, kind of blah. You know, I just realized for when I do fight the Dwemerlike, who should be here, he might kind of suck to fight with Legion. I'll be going back to that body, if I can. You know, let's get rid of some of these stealths. Duelist Advance. Love the riposte. Get them bleeding. Last Laugh would be very stupid to use with the Fungal Hunters, so we're just gonna Killer Bow onto one of the Hunters. Yeah, that's... Oh, not the mark. I thought that was going to be a very bad day. Pistol shot onto Shrew. Chakram onto Fungal Hunter. That way we de-stealth it. Go for the throat on Coffin. Hunter has to go next.
Inspiration and improvement.
Okay, that's not horrible. Getting rid of Blight. I do extra damage if he's marked, so now we can do it, because there's not a second one to blow up Legion, and he's guaranteed to be taken out. Dark Flight taking out Shrew. Ooh, this is new. Stalker's Claw. 5 accuracy plus 10 accuracy while stealth plus 50% bleed chance while stealth. On attack hit bleed 1 for 3 rounds at 100% chance. So it's not a high bleed chance like these ones that are 120, 140. It's rather low. But the accuracy and bleed chance while stealthed is what makes this really good. And this is the final room. So what I'm going to do is give up the keys. Actually, no, I'm going to give up the shovels here because I might scout this little section well going to this room here, which might get me a... I doubt it, but I was hoping it might get me a hidden room. But I've never seen this trinket. That's kind of cool. So Dwemer Lake is for sure in this hallway if he's here at all. Bleeding Ecto. Advance hitting Ecto, getting riposte. Piercing Dagger Coffin. Had to get some water there. Realistically, I could take the Coffin out, or I can last laugh onto the Ecto. Do a buttload of damage to it. If it crit, it would have taken it out, but this way the Ecto doesn't have a chance of summoning more. Then that probably won't take him out, but we can take out Ectoplasm. And because it crit, it doesn't leave a corpse. Never noticed there were skulls at the bottom of that sprite when she did it. It's kind of fun. Wicked Slice taking out Coffin. It bleeds out. Dark Flight taking out Shrew, or doing damage to her. And then we're just going to pass our turn. Nick Sponge. Taking what we can, leaving the rest. And time to go back for basically all the loot and go in this hallway to probably fight the Dwemer Lake. I didn't leave myself shovels. I know that means I can't go back to that curio here either. 1,500 gold.
Are often low on supplies.
Hunger check. And we'll see what's down here, because I'm assuming the Dwemer Lake is here, but he may not be.
Wealth beyond measure, awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
What's 40% of 44? Let me look. $17. 17.6, so we'll keep them at 16, because if I use another food we go over. No Dwemer Lake. I'm gonna go up to these two curios. Ah, hell. At least I do more damage to them. Chakram, just lower accuracy. Razor Swipe, bleeding. So that's 6 and 9, 6 and 12. Gonna duelist advance the one at 3. That's a miss, but we do have a riposte. I'm just going to killer bow one of them. Not putting on a mark and having them all go at Maudet. And this will probably take this one out. So there's 2 left. They're probably going to go first because of their speed. Genuinely surprised. Chakram the 1 and 2. I can live with this. Get rid of the keys. I don't remember what was up here. I think anti-venom works for this one. And what was this? Nothing. Okay. So, I mean, the memory alone makes this run worth it. Never had a Stalker's Claw, so I probably can make that work in some interesting builds.
Endless battle, but one that must be fought.
And then the Hero's Hairpin is going to be amazing, especially in the Champions runs. I can't believe I got this. I almost forgot about this thing and gave up. Like, I gave up on getting this a while ago, and then I kind of forgot about it, and now that it's here, it's amazing. Then, for a champion run that I was not trying to get gold on, 20,000 is cool. We got a crest, we got 6 deeds, 3 portraits, 3 busts, and 42 more crests. Everyone but Maudit hit level 5. And I want to preface this, Marard was level 3 when we started this. So that is huge. 18 resolve experience on him. He got quick reflexes, which I'm going to lock in. Scopophobia, so 20% stress while marked. Megalophobia on Maudit, so 25% stress versus size 2. And skilled gambler.
In time, you will know the tragic extent of my failings.
This would be good if I had... This cures the Crimson Curse. I just cured the Crimson Curse on everyone. That buys me a lot of time. They made a tonic by accident. An enterprising charlatan brewed an actual potent draught made from dust harvest from the comet. It can work wonders for a price. Thank you for that. I totally forgot that that cured the Crimson Curse. As you can see, Baldwin there no longer has the Crimson Curse. No one on my roster has it anymore. So let's de-stress some people. Who was it? I kind of want to get Mercurial off on Gen. Marard, Scattering, and Quick Reflexes. We're gonna get that. Oh boy. Then let's get God-Fearing off of Baldwin. Quick Reflexes is also kind of good on him, so let's do that. Kind of losing some money here, but that's fine. At the Nomad Wagon, nothing I want. That buys me some time to not have to go into the Crimson Courtyard, so I can spend time leveling up people yet. There's nothing really great to grab. However, that being said, I mean, the Skeever's Javelin is always nice to have on hand. And I was thinking about doing kind of a money run of some sort to kind of get funds up again. So that would also level up the Cove a little bit. So I think we can do that. I think that will work. So next time, probably going into the Cove, grabbing some money while on the with the Ante, but also leveling up the Ironclad, the Abomination, and the Aesthetis. At least the Abomination and the Aesthetis will level up. Maybe see about leveling up the Ironclad as well. It is a medium, so they might not level up, but they will be very, very close to it by the end, which will be nice. And yeah, just see what we can do, because I mean, if we can get at least one boss on each of them by the time I get everyone to champion levels, I can kind of fumble through champion dungeons to level everyone up, I think, or the surrounding areas, and then get all the bosses before doing everything, I think might be the plan. Of course, trying to get everywhere leveled up, but we'll see what I can actually do. And yeah, because realistically, as you can see, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more heroes to level up, but a few of these are duplicates, so realistically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to level up before I can just go all the way into champions, which will be fun. So that'll be the plan. We'll go with that and see how far we can get just relaxing in the cove for once, which shouldn't be absolutely horrible, but the team isn't like totally decked out into marks or blight or anything like that, so it might be slightly more dangerous. We'll have to see and go from there. So that'll be it for this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, I wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.